So, defense rolls from both of you, if you please. Holy hell. Amelia, let's see. You get an extra thing for that. What do you get? Is it modifiers? No.
Isn't it something like my next action actually is decreasing difficulty again?
You can increase the difficulties of his attacks by 1 step for the entire encounter, or you could knock him down, disarm him, stun him, or impair him.
Yeah, I just want to knock him down.
All right, awesome. So he comes leaping at you, teeth flashing, and you just actually grab him by like the groin and the neck and like slam him into the ground. And he's like, the wind is knocked out of him. He's going like that. Like flopping on the ground, kind of fish-like. The other one, Bleen, leaps for you, so give me your defense roll, please.
Aren't there 3 left?
No, there's 2, because you guys killed the one that was fighting Pocket originally, and you guys just nuked another one right now. So there were 4 total, down to 2.
Sorry, guys, chat, it was 2 damage for hitting with the tentacle, 2 damage for the poison, 1 damage for 17, and 1 damage for unarmed. So the poison is factored into that, guys. It's only 18 damage, all right? Now I'm defending 12. Is that, I think I'm
That is a success. You're totally fine.
Totally.
Awesome. AAA. There's 2 mentats. There's this electrical creature sparking all around you.
I'm going to try to convince the electrical creature that I'm on its side. And I'm going to say, I help free you. They're trying to control you in order to like use you as a core for their mind.
Yeah, so that's going to be an intellect task.
And I'm going to attack, and I'm going to try to attack the other guys, not him.
Okay, so go ahead and make your intellect task.
God, if
I'm
going
to
say
that that's
a
medium difficulty.
Are you freaking for real? What the hell? That can't happen. How does 3 ones in a row happen? What is happening? I'm so done with this.
No, you like rips off her mask and Ryan's like, "Sup, guys?"
Yeah. The curse of Ryan has infected R&D guys.
God,
like last time it was djWHEAT who was rolling like shit, and this time it is Maggie.
But 3 ones in a row.
No, you had a couple other rolls in between there.
Oh, yeah, you were like, if you recall, you were like,
3,
all these 16s, all these 16s I'm getting.
Yeah, you were getting a lot of 16s earlier. Yeah. It's all coming back. All right, one of the... oh, God, yeah, here's what happens. One of the creatures comes over to you, and it obviously recognizes you as the guy that they were trying to get to join them, and he just starts, like, petting your head, and he's like... and you feel this blast of hatred from the elemental beast on the floor next to you. It is now a hard intellect task to convince it that you are trying to free it.
Gosh darn it. Yeah.
Not that it matters because you're going to roll a 1 again.
There's a lot of salt going on right now. Do I get a roll then?
Yeah, you can try to convince it.
All right, I'm going to use my intellect then. So, all right, let's see.
Unfortunately, the creature does not seem convinced. Bleen!
Hello.
There's 2 guys left. One of them's focusing on you, one of them's focusing on Amelia.
I will attack the one that's focusing on Amelia. Do I get a back attack or anything?
No, there's actually no back attack bonuses in Numenera. But there's like high ground and stuff like that.
When I attack, do I do like a normal like unarmed attack, the tendril attack, the poison attack? Like what?
No, it's you're either attacking with your tentacle, which counts as an unarmed attack.
Oh,
so
it's tentacle all the way then.
It's 2 for the tentacle, 2 for being trained in your unarmed, like because you need no weapon.
Yeah.
And then it's an extra 2 for the poison damage, right? So you have.
It's either an extra 2 or an extra 4. I don't have that because it's only in like the core rule book, so I can't look that up. But I'm just gonna attack the one that's attacking Amelia regardless.
Cool. Go ahead and roll.
20.
That's awesome. So that's 4 extra damage if you would like it. I don't even think you need to roll the extra attack. In fact, you definitely don't. So you deal 4 damage with your tentacle.
Well, it was a 3 anyways, so it doesn't matter.
All of you rolling 20s making me cry.
So you basically just like shove your tentacle through the back of this guy's head and out his mouth. So Amelia, you just see this guy's mouth open up, and you see this tentacle go.
So when I shove my tentacle through its mouth, I pull it out and then like pull my body towards the body.
Yeah.
And throw it out, and then like as I'm like throwing it off, I do like one of those bows to it as it's falling down.
That is awesome.
Yeah, take my tentacle to your mouth.
Exactly.
Yep. Beautiful. The elemental creature shouts out in rage, and it unleashes another blast of electricity that fills the room. Go ahead and take a defensive action, Amelia. Not Amelia. AAA.
I'm gonna. Okay, that's better.
That's respectable.
12 is unfortunately not enough.
Oh my God.
For this extra-dimensional creature of elemental lightning and metal. You take 5 damage, and so do both of the creatures.
Does that go through armor?
No, so you take 4 damage total. Super cool. Okay, Amelia, it's your turn.
Getting a little sparky, and I'm impaired.
The monster that I just knocked down, I just kind of gradually walk over to this. I assume he's just a few steps away, and just stand right above the monster. So his torso is just sort of directly above me.
Yeah.
And I wish to just onslaught the shit out of him. So I just start peering directly into the eyes that aren't there, and I'm gonna blast him.
Okay. You know that melee attacks are reduced by 1 step if the target is prone, but ranged attacks are not.
Do you know that I'm an impulsive nano that doesn't give a shit about all that and just wants to blast this thing right in the face after all the shit that I've been through for the past session? Boom, 8. Tell me it hits.
I can't tell you that.
It hits.
No.
You need a 9 or 9 to 12.
You need a 12.
What? I need a 12? He's knocked down. I'm right above him?
It's a ranged attack against a prone target.
Fight for it, Wheat. Fight for it, Wheat.
Hey, Wheat, I see that you have 2 XP or something like that.
No, I have 3 XP, and you know what? I'm not spending that shit. So if I fail...
Don't be a dumbass like me.
Then I
All right. Your onslaught does not damage this guy, unfortunately for you.
I'm so upset that I used my XP. Don't do it.
Pocket?
I let out
Would you like to demonstrate how it's done?
I let out the biggest guffaw in the history of laughter. And I put one hand on
God, I hope you roll a 1.
Amelia's shoulder and take the other hand and drive the dagger straight into what I assume is the heart of this creature.
I have never wanted someone to roll a fucking lower than 5 in my
It's difficulty 4. He's prone, so it's difficulty 3. You are using a light weapon, so it's difficulty 2.
I've taken advantage as well.
Difficulty 1.
Thank you.
You need to roll a 3 or higher.
I can roll it, baby.
Crush it.
Oh, man. A 3 or higher?
Oh!
Yeah!
Nope. I'm not. Nope. I will wait
as this happens,
just to not be proven wrong.
Oh, God. Let him roll a 1 again.
As this happens, roll again, please.
Look, it's about.
Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny,
well done,
though. That was
well
pretty
done.
funny, though. You got the laughs out, and you still accomplished your goal.
Thank you.
Pocket. Take 1 XP and give 1 to a friend.
Thank you.
He's like, not you two.
Yeah, obviously, JP gets this. I'm no dummy. Keep that point, JP.
I was like, damn it.
Right?
And as you stab your dagger down into this guy, dealing 2 damage, right?
Yes.
He actually reaches up and bites the shit out of your neck for 4 damage.
Oh.
I don't get to dodge that at all?
Nope, because
is that your intrusion?
That was the intrusion.
All right. Sure.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Then he grabs you with his arms in like a bear hug, and then like rolls over on top of you and bites at you again. And this time you actually do get to defend.
All right.
So tell us how you're resisting this, and then roll.
I, with cigarette in mouth, spit it right at his face.
Awesome. I'd say that's a speed defense.
That's a success.
And it's successful. He rolls on top of you and he like bites down towards you and you spit this cigarette and it goes straight in his mouth and he actually inhales it and then he like leaps up off of you and grabs his neck and coughs. And he like spits out this gooey, gross covered cigarette onto the ground. But that was the end of his action. AAA, you're standing there. There's these two grueling mentats standing amongst this molten metal that's spitting and arcing with electricity, which is also right next to you. What do you do?
I'm going to continue trying to convince it that I'm on its side.
Okay. That's a hard task at the moment. Are you
Alright.
sure you don't want to just try and run to another location that's not right next to the giant ball of electricity metal?
That's true. Are the two guys that are attacking or like trying to attack me and whatever they're doing next to me too?
Yes.
All right.
They seem much more focused on the giant spitting ball of molten metal, though.
Damn. I really want the stuff. Okay. I'm gonna go back and try to go towards the door then. And
Where's your pet right now, by the way?
it's with you guys.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move my way towards the door that I can get to. That
Yeah.
you talked about.
Just like
And-
out the door.
Yeah. And
Cool.
then my pet is gonna try to attack whatever's left down there.
Okay, cool. Please make a speed defense to get away. No. There's no need for that. You
Okay.
you just move past and you get out the door. No problem.
All right.
Did you want to move like a full short distance away, like 50 feet?
Yeah. That
Okay, so
sounds
you
good.
just book it out the room and like run into the middle of this big chamber. And Chompers is making an attack against the one remaining mentat downstairs. Go ahead and roll that.
Oh,
Three is not successful, so
man.
that one mentat still is hanging on by a thread of life, and Bleen, it is
The
up to
worst
you to
roller
put an
ever.
end to it.
I do have one question. What is
Yes.
the balancing skill? What does that get for me?
Anytime you're in a situation where you're like trying to rely on your balance for something, then being trained in balance means that you gain an asset effectively, or you reduce the difficulty by one step.
Okay. So I had that marked and I couldn't figure out what it did. So I'm just attacking this thing. Is it still a 12?
Yes.
Yeah. I'd like
So for
to-
you, I guess it's a 9 because you're attacking with a light weapon, which is your tentacle.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to say easy, but hopefully it's easy. 15.
Excellent. You just like stab your tentacle into his stomach.
Double
And,
success.
like,
So it's
yeah.
6 damage, 7 damage.
So that was 2.
Or no, 6 damage. Sorry.
It's 4, 6 damage. Yeah, you just like totally wreck this guy. You stab your tentacle into his chest and pull it out with his beating heart stuck on the venomous, prong.
Sure.
And then it
Oh.
collapses to the floor in death. The three of you hear the shrieks of AAA from upstairs, shrieking, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" like that, AAA, because that's what
What?
you sound like
Can-
right now.
That's what I'm doing.
Wouldn't it
That's
be more
terrible.
of a mechanical? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be more like.
If we turn and look up, like, can we see the room that
I'm
he
like
is
trying
in?
to climb down.
So the closest way for you guys to get there would be to run from this room that you're in, which is the chamber with the power pylon in it.
Wait, isn't there still
Onwards.
one of these things on Jesse?
No,
Like-
That's
because
what I just killed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one you just killed. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So you guys could move onwards from the power pylon room into the elevator room, activate the elevator, rise up through the iris into the room where the thing was being captured, and that would get you there immediately. Not
Well,
that
I
any
mean-
of you know that. Well,
Oh.
no, Bleen would know that.
Oh. Yeah, I put my sock back on my tentacle and because it's getting cold, and then we go.
Yeah, okay. So basically you get all the way in there in one round. So do Amelia and Pocket, do you guys want to follow along as well?
Yeah, I follow, but before I do, I get my cigarette out of the gook and
Yeah.
and go like this and
Yeah.
shake it off.
Okay.
And I'm like, ugh, and
little
then I
gook
light it as I
flies.
follow. Yeah.
It doesn't light.
That's fine. I put it back in my mouth anyway.
Good.
Just put it in. I just keep going. It's it's a problem. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
And I keep,
No,
I
I
keep
understand.
going. I keep going.
And AAA, you look back behind you as this lightning creature explodes one more time, and the two grueling mentats just burst into flame and flop over on their sides, twitching and burning. Both of them are dead. So now it is your turn, actually, AAA. There are no grueling mentats around you. The only creature left seems to be this large ball of liquid metal that's still sort of psychically shrieking into the environment around you. No freedom!
All right, I try to I booked it pretty far. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you're
have to
50
make my
feet
way
away.
back to it. Do I see my friends going up the elevator then?
Not quite yet. They will be able to go up the elevator in the next round.
I would like to hold my turn then.
Okay, cool.
And maybe heal myself while I'm doing so.
Hey, sure.
Because I'm kind of not feeling so hot right now.
But you already took one rest action,
10
right?
minutes,
I did.
Right?
So
Your next
I,
one
Takes
needs
10
to take
minutes.
10 minutes.
I think I need to do that because I'm pretty hurt
You're
right
just
now.
gonna sit down.
I'm gonna be like, I'll sit here for a little bit, guys.
Time out, guys.
Time out.
Time out.
Wait, well, as a robot, wouldn't she just like power down or something?
Yeah, I'll power down.
Okay, so you just like step back and like sit yourself in the middle of the floor and just sort of like hang your head. Meanwhile, Pocket, you reach the elevator first. No, it's not Pocket. Sorry, Bleen. Bleen, you reach the elevator first. Are you gonna wait for the other two in order to start?
How
moving
far
up?
away are they?
They're like right behind you, basically. But
It's gonna take a round.
The elemental creature needs to act between you and them, basically.
Oh. And does this elevator lead right to the elemental creature up top?
Yep.
And do we know anything about the elemental creature, or is Maggie's character the only one that we've seen
I
that
think I'm
has
the only
seen
one
this?
who knows.
Yeah, I don't think any of you know anything about it.
I mean, yeah, but we know of it because we saw it at the very beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, you know of it, but you don't know anything about
Yeah, but
it.
you don't know what's up at the top of the elevator.
Right.
You don't
correct,
know
yeah.
anything about the elevator.
Bleen does, because he ran into the room when you were fighting.
But I don't know that creature is up at the top. I just know that Maggie's character was screaming, correct?
Well, I guess what you would have known is that there was an iris at the top of the ceiling that was closing and it had a crackling blue light coming from it. So that's not necessarily that you know it was the creature, but...
We could take a break and then.
No, we still have like 10 minutes, so we're gonna use up those 10 minutes. I wait for the other party members. If I can speed them up in any facility.
And
then I
Chopper's
do.
gonna follow them.
Sorry, headphone users. Ugh, that one was a surprise.
Wasn't that loud? You're good.
Cool. So the creature in there, it immediately moves out of the room into the chamber and starts like flowing across the floor, basically in the direction of AAA. Ha 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 ha! Dun 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 dun. It actually flows incredibly quickly, and when it reaches AAA, it just parts into two separate flows of liquid metal, and it flows beyond AAA towards the elevator in the back of the room. The other three of you now have all reached the elevator, and you're all standing on it.
Yeah, I hit the button, or if it's their turn to act, then I hit the button. If they hit the button, I point it to them.
You can hit the button. It's your turn to act. So
Great, I'm excited. I hit the button.
you hit the button, and it
With the tentacle, it just like smashes down onto the Yeah.
The iris up top starts opening, and the elevator starts rising, and it rises all the way up into the chamber above, where there's just like smashed and shattered machinery all over, and like arcing pieces of metal that are like sticking out of the walls and broken into jagged shapes and stuff like that. And you see this creature, AAA, the creature moved towards you, and then it split into two streams and moved beyond you, actually. You see this creature.
While I'm like broken down and rested.
Yep, pretty much.
Interesting.
You see this creature, this electrical molten metal creature at the other end of the room, the large central chamber, from you guys, sort of like flowing into the elevator shaft on the other end of the room. So what do you guys do?
So it's
we're
flowing
all on the
towards
same
us.
level?
No, it's flowing away from you, and you're all on the same level now.
I assume that AAA is what, powered down? What is AAA right now?
AAA looks like he's resting.
I'm just resting.
Yeah.
All right. I tell Bleen, grab AAA. We know the way out of here. We've seen an exit. And I point towards the red curtains because we ain't sticking. I don't want to stick around for that giant, huge thing.
Yeah,
I don't care where it goes. I don't care where it goes. Let's leave.
Sure. I start running towards where AAA is, and in doing so, I once again turn around to give more information to Pocket, saying that the door that we came in to this area, this monolith, is just not a proper way out. So we need to use your exit.
All right.
And I go.
Also, isn't the lightning guy going that way anyway, to where that elevator was? So we can't use that.
So let me show you what's going on here. I've actually drawn a map.
Oh, let me change this real quick.
Yeah, so you guys were here, and you came up this elevator inside this room where the blue electrical sphere was, and then it actually moved out to where AAA was resting in the middle of this room, and then into the elevator chamber over here on the right-hand side.
And that elevator chamber takes you to the door that you found, JP, the one that's the slime-covered door.
Yeah, the one that you entered with.
Oh, so this
Yeah,
thing's
yeah.
just. Oh, so we could deduce that this thing's just trying to get out.
That seems a logical
Okay.
anticipation of its actions.
Gotcha.
So then, of course, there's the red flap door down on the bottom and the open hallway up on the top that leads to, basically it loops all the way back to the electrical chamber that you just came out of.
Great.
Red flap door.
I'm going to grab AAA regardless.
Okay.
AAA, you need to roll for your recovery points as well.
Are you guys just going to wait here for 10 minutes?
No, we're
recover?
can't we grab AAA and move him?
AAA can't come
Wait.
with you and rest simultaneously,
Yeah.
Oh.
even though
Even if I
AAA is
threw-
most robot.
Yeah, even if I threw him over my shoulder or anything like that.
Yeah, that's what we're
No.
talking about.
It turns out
Carrying.
that being carried over someone's shoulder as they run through some tunnels is not super
even if they're
restorative.
peaceful and still meditative.
So the just so I understand, the metal liquid lightning blob went for the room where I harvested the stuff, or that's where
No.
The metal liquid lightning blob went for this elevator room on the very right-hand side of this map that I've drawn.
Which is
Right.
how
That's-
we got into
that
this
connects
place.
to where you got into this entire complex from.
Right.
And we can't go out that way anyway because it's up the side of a monolith, and in order to get down, we have to climb through the weird slime that turns red into nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the way. So
Yeah.
Yep.
so I could put a ward. I could put my eye at the entrance of the monolith and visualize that place and see where this thing goes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna
Fucking
do.
that's a smart idea. Yeah. do that.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so you sit down and you separate your mind from your body to put your ward out. And I think it just appears, right? How much does
Yes.
that cost? Is it just a 1 point?
That's actually a good question. I'm not sure because it comes from my separate body from mind, so I just don't know if it's something that I can do.
Yeah,
guess
let me
I-
see.
I would need to.
It is an
double-check that.
ability that would separates mind from body. Third eye, 1 intellect point. So because you have 1 edge in intellect, it costs you nothing. You
Okay.
can just place it. Yeah, so it's actually easy. So you just run a little bit towards the end of the chamber, and then you just separate your mind from your body, and you place it at the entrance. And your eye, it's actually you placed it a little bit outside of the monolith because your expectation is that the hallway was like 6 feet, when in fact it was like shortened to 2 feet. So you see the front face of the monolith has been like eroded into like a gelatinous substance where it's sort of like dripping down the face of the monolith. And down below there's like a huge lava flow basically coming off the base of the monolith on the front, and it's all cooling and crackling and stuff. Again, you see these purple fronds. You see a field of gazelle legs just sticking up out of the ground, twitching. And you see this electrical blob come like launching itself out of the opening. And it actually launches itself through your mental eye. And you see like the interior of this metal liquid. And then it like plops on the ground on top of this molten lava field. And it starts glowing red, but it still keeps flowing off across the landscape, and it burns like a trail into the landscape as it goes. And it actually looks like it's heading off to the west towards the large red setting sun.
All right, I relay all of the information that I just saw. I assume like once it's out of my sight, that's when I would do that, and Amelia just relays all the information. So I think we're safe to leave, and we know where this thing went.
There's no more creatures up here, right?
No, there are no grueling mentats who are milling around. It seems like, you dealt enough damage to some of them that the rest of them are avoiding you or, eating each other in the depths of this.
Well, I run over to AAA, see that whatever he's doing is benefiting him and there's no harm, or at least immediate harm near us. So I just kind of like go over, see what he's doing.
You can like
run
watch.
back.
I'm like resting, and like slowly my ports are like not sparking any longer.
Sure.
And like I'm getting healed.
And I run back over to Amelia. He relays this information to me, and I ask Amelia, how big was the drop off to the ground? Do you recall? Like how much would we have to jump?
Where we were, wasn't it just it led out to the fronds? Like it was on ground level.
It's very possible the wind changed everything, right?
Through the red door, it was at ground level, but the drop off from the front door, basically, quote unquote, was like 20 feet.
Okay. So again, I guess he relays that to me, and I just say, all right, we'll definitely use the red door then. We just have to wait for AAA. He'll be ready soon.
Do any of the rest of you want to take a rest action?
Yeah, while we're waiting, I'm like, while we're waiting, I take crappy cigarette, throw it on the ground, light up another one, and waste one action turn, whatever, healing.
Okay. So
no healing.
You two can both get your 1d6 plus 1 points back.
Right.
Well, I can't. I already rested.
I don't need to.
And I'm not going to waste 10 minutes. Did you roll, Jesse?
Does the 10 minutes only allow me to roll the 1d6 plus 1?
Yes, and then you'll need to rest for an hour to roll another 1d6 plus 1.
All right, we're good.
Cool. So now what are you guys gonna do?
I start waking up. I'm like, boop.
Awesome.
We could return to Nicodemus with what AAA has collected.
Yeah, let's go down the red corridor and get out of here.
I didn't collect anything.
Oh.
Wait, didn't you?
I didn't have any vials to collect anything with, apparently.
No, you said you did way back when you got the stuff in the one chamber. Before you went up the elevator, right? Did that happen? Look, I'm making up my own story in my head at this point.
Jesse's playing multiple games at once.
I wanted to collect stuff.
I mean,
we gotta go.
We still have this map. We still have. We still have the location marked. We could travel from here to that location.
You guys could definitely try to either scavenge ciphers or artifacts, probably from the room that the creature was contained in.
Oh, we should definitely do that.
I would like to do that for sure.
Cool. So let's see. Do you want to try to scavenge ciphers or artifacts?
Maybe some of us could look for artifacts and some of us could look for ciphers. That way we split up our time.
Yeah, I'll look for artifacts since that's kind of my deal.
Okay.
I will too.
Artifacts.
Okay.
It's
Bleen,
kind of
would you like to look for
either one or the
ciphers
other. It's kind of either one or the other, because basically what it is it's not like there literally is an artifact just sitting there, but rather that you can take the pieces of the machinery and figure out how they would fit together into either a cipher, like 1d6 ciphers, or one artifact.
Okay, artifact is way better than cipher.
Okay.
Because it's more permanent.
Yeah.
So
let's see here.
So when you look for this stuff, is it against your intelligence, or are we just rolling a D100?
No, it's against your intelligence to see if you find anything.
And it doesn't cost anything, you just roll?
Well, if you wanted to reduce the difficulty of the task, then you could.
Okay, I'll just straight up roll for it. I don't want to spend anything.
Yeah, there's no point.
It's intelligent based?
Yes.
And to spend it to make it one degree of difficulty less, it would cost 3.
Yes.
Unless you
All
have
right,
an
I'll
edge.
But
spend
2 if
one
you have an
to-
edge.
Right. I'll spend 2 to lower mine.
Okay.
It
Only
would make
one of
sense
you
for
can.
the nano to do it.
Oh, well
Only
then
one
let
of
me
you
do
can
it.
really search.
It'd be either me or
Oh,
Wheat.
then let wheat. Yeah.
If someone else is helping,
Don't let
then
me do it.
is,
I roll
is,
ones.
is someone trained in like searching or, I mean, I guess training in Numenera could help.
I have training in Numenera.
But Wheat, you also have training.
I
in
do
Numenera,
as well.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
so
I can aid Wheat.
you can actually give Wheat a +1 to his roll.
I would
as
like
a
to give
result of
Wheat
that.
a +1 to his roll.
Okay.
Okay.
And
cool.
I did spend the 2 points for the lower degree of difficulty. Bam.
Oh, crush.
Holy hell, that's awesome. Okay, let me
Crushed.
figure out what the hell you found.
Wow.
Thank you. AAA.
Everything.
Beast. 21.
Wheat looks like what was that movie? The Fountain. Did you guys ever see that with Wolverine? Hugh Jackman's in it when he's like crying at the end of it. That's what happened to Amelia just now.
If I would have rolled, it would have been a 1 and then plus Wheat's 1.
Okay.
2.
Probably.
You grab a couple pieces of machinery and a couple of metal rods, one of which has like a sharp tip on it, and you fashion what you think will be some kind of a drilling mechanism. It looks like let's see. This spear functions like a normal spear. If the wielder uses it to attack a foe, upon a successful hit, the wielder decides whether to activate the weapon. Upon activation, the wielder lets go of the spear, and it drills into the foe, dealing an additional 3 points of damage.
Damn.
However, the wielder is then no longer holding the spear. The drilling function only works in melee combat because if activation occurs after the foe is struck, depletes 1 in 20. Cool. So let me type that up for you guys while we take a quick break. And you also... Amelia, you also discovered that these paddles that are on the floor around the containment thing, they're still slightly active, and it feels like there's some sort of energy field emanating off of them very gently. You think these
Nice.
may be the ether lattice manipulators that Nicodemus was
Oh,
using.
snap.
So
Can I grab each
can
of
we
the
pull?
plates? and-
Yeah, can I pull
Yeah.
them off?
Yep, absolutely. So you
Awesome.
I'm
grab
gonna
a
try to
couple
grab
of
them and like put them around.
Great.
Alright.
Um,
Sweet.
I do have a couple
Mission
questions.
accomplished.
Can I just advance my character at any moment?
I think it takes like some time to train or do whatever. But it like we can talk about it and see what makes sense for sure.
Okay, because I have 4 XP and I would like to use it to get another utility thing.
Like gain another ability.
Yeah, but I
I will
also
let
do
you-
have another question. So for first glaive tiers, it has a bullet point for needs no weapons. Doesn't say it costs anything, but it says when you make an unarmed attack, such as a punch or kick, it counts as a medium weapon instead of a light weapon.
What?
Oh,
Holy hell!
snap.
Does that mean that your unarmed attacks deal 6 damage instead of 4? I think it might.
Nice.
JG
Yes,
gaming.
machine.
You motherfucker.
Needs no
Jesse's
weapon.
just jelly.
I can't
He's
even.
got
I
a
can't even hate on.
tentacle.
I can't
envy.
hate on you. You went full random. Like I'm going to random my character, and
Yeah.
you got a great character.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Like as a glaive, your weapons, your unarmed attacks deal 4 damage, not 2 damage, and your fists of fury from your needs no weapon descriptor or focus actually means that you deal 6 damage with your unarmed attacks. So your tentacle deals 6 damage.
What?
If it hits the first time, and then 8 damage with the poison.
Yes.
That tentacle slap.
Okay.
Yep.
That is
Okay.
brutal. Good
That's
you are
beast,
master.
JP.
You are master. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can use sorry, I guess we'll figure out the leveling or advancing after the break.
Yeah.
Because I would like to advance the character and pick up like thrust, pierce, or bash, but I don't
Yeah.
know if that's possible. So we'll figure that out during the break. My character just gets more and more overpowered every hour. We'll see you guys. We got 1 hour left, so we'll see you for that final hour right after this. Be right back.